Our approach is very simple. When you meet with us, the first thing that we want to do is we want to understand your story. We want to understand your hopes, your fears, your dreams, and what you want to accomplish.
We focus on creating a retirement income plan, the ability to help people to outlast inflation, and then to be able to help them leave a legacy to their children and grandchildren. Retirement is longer than it's ever been before. And so as we look at a client's plan and we really help them to focus on where they are and where they want to be, we have to begin with that. We have to begin with the end in mind.
Many of our clients, they're self-made. They didn't come from families of great wealth. They're just your everyday, hardworking American.
We are B.O.S. Retirement Solutions. This is Raina.
Recently, I just sat down with a client and we were looking at his Social Security statement. 47 years worth of earnings, went back to 1968. As he talked about the different years of income, he told me about, hey, this is when the recession happened in 1980. He worked in the construction industry and it was devastating to him. And the income actually went down. He talked about successes. And in that story, what I realized is he was looking at me across the desk and he says, Ryan, this is all I have. What we find is that story is the same for every single client that we meet with. There's a story in, whether it's 30 years, 40 years, or 50 years worth of earnings, there's ups and downs, and there's successes, and there's joy.
Coming up on Retirement Solutions Television.
There are several other hidden risks that could be far more dangerous and potentially expensive.
This is not a cookie cutter approach. Everybody has had a different life experience, everybody's had a different work experience, everybody has a different family, everybody has different passions.
Biggest question is, what are we going to put it in?
Yeah.
Right? What are we going to invest in? What are we going to earn? The other question is, how long are we going to live? You know, these are factors. It's not.
At our firm, we work with other advisors that help with the estate planning process, that help with wealth management throughout from a tax perspective. Those are all things that we touch on as we work with a client throughout their entire life.
When people ask me what they do, I say, look, you know how people, when they get to be 60 years old, they're really confused on how Social Security works, what they're going to do with their 401k that's already dropped 20-30% a couple of times, and then it's just how we're going to put all the pieces together. And I say, that's what we do.
Our goal is to really maximize the dollars that you've put aside, minimize the dollars that go back to the government at that point in your life. It's better to be paying taxes than not, because that means you are making money, but our goal is still to minimize them as much as we can.
Hi Matt, this is Dave at B.O.S. Retirement Solutions. B.O.S. is exactly what the word says. You're the boss of your retirement, and so we listen to the needs of people and help them to determine and co-create plans that will help them to accomplish their retirement goals. They're the boss of their retirement, we just help them to get from point A to point B.
Part of the enjoyment that I get for working with B.O.S. Retirement Solutions is working with two fine gentlemen like Ryan and Tyson Thacker.
But you couldn't ask for more fair guys to work with, more honest guys to work with. We really want to help the client.
Retirement should be a time that you have your money work for you instead of you working for your money.
It should be having the security, having a plan to it, to know where you're headed and to account for those things that are going to come up in life. There's so many changes that come along the way that you have to have a plan and a strategy to overcome those.
The most satisfying thing is being able to create relationships with clients.
This is about changing lives. This is about the things that we do every day. Our story can make an impact in the lives of others. And when we share that story and we share our failures and we share our successes, what it does is it gives us the opportunity to connect, and it gives us the opportunity to cheer each other on.
At B.O.S. Retirement Solutions, we help people get to and through retirement, both now and into the future.